All right. Hello, everybody. While I am enjoying my last bareback ride in the arena with my beautiful horse, I'm going to vent a little bit because I'm finally by myself. Relax, love. I'm finally by myself and have some time to vent. So here's the deal. A while back, the barn owners sold the farm, which I don't blame them. I really don't, because it's gotten to be too much for them as they've gotten older. Don't blame them at all. Now, there's only two of us that are boarding, well, three of us that were boarding here. So we weren't a big barn. We were able to help each other out with very little problems. Then we got another boarder who purchased a second horse and desperately needed a place to put the second horse before he went on holiday. So us being the folk that we are, we said, no problem, send him over our way, we'll work on him. This is the same fellow who didn't notice that the horse that he purchased was incredibly thin. And we purchased the horse, or he purchased the horse, with known behavior issues. He was one that liked to jump out of the fence, had no ground manners, was borderline dangerous, ran people over. And again, we took him on. We said, we'll work on him while you're on your vacation. And we did. We got him pretty much safe to work on the ground. Then we had a week here in the winter when the pump froze, so they had to start lugging buckets of water from the house. Then the tractor lines froze, so they couldn't plow the driveway. Then their trailer axle broke, and one of the barn owners, Kathy, who works at the superstore, had to do extra shifts because nobody was showing up because of COVID and weather. So it was the end of the week, and they were all very exhausted and tired. Like, exhausted. Easy, love. So this boarder then offered to buy the farm. Which, okay, fine, great. And the moment the barn owner sold, she told us, so we had plenty of time to get used to the change. Then the quote-unquote new owner stated he didn't want any boarders, so we had to leave. There's all of 3 boarders here, him being one of them. And up to this point, me and the other boarder were doing most of the work here at the farm because, again, Kathy and Norm were getting, like, it was too much. So this fellow says, nope, you guys all gotta leave. So now I'm devastated because this is the only barn out of all of them that I've been to where it's home. I can be myself. I don't have to make apologies for being quote-unquote too emotional. I can be who I am, do what I want, and not worry about being judged. It was a safe, happy place. And this fellow said, nope, this barn is now mine, you guys get out. And he owns 2 horses. And he goes on vacation multiple times a year for like 5-6 weeks at a time. So I went out and found myself a new barn, which seems lovely, and I know the owner's a friend of mine, so I'm feeling pretty confident, but again, I'm still scared. These are going to be new people, and I am used to being made fun of at other barns. I'm used to being the misfit, and I'm petrified that, again, I'm going to be judged and be made the misfit. Especially now that Athena has EPM, so now they're going to be like, you're a bad owner on top of being a misfit. So I've lost my home. I've lost my safe place because this fellow decided that he didn't want any boarders. Then a few days go by, and the other boarder is going now to the same barn that I'm going to, so we're both leaving. And the fellow that bought the place, easy love, the fellow that bought the place has now decided, oh wait, I'm going to have to be here every day. I don't want to be here every day. I've got to find somebody who's going to do the work. So then he talks to the barn owner and suggests that one of us, well, the second person that left, that's going to the barn with me, maybe stays for discounted board in order for her to do the work. Which, I mean, at this point we'd already arranged to have both of us move there, which she's not going to change because we don't trust this fellow with our horses. But you kick us both out, saying you want no boarders. And then you change your mind only because you don't want to do the work on a horse farm that you bought, knowing what the work on a horse farm should be, because you've bought other horse farms before. So you've destroyed my home. You haven't even given us the option to stay and work off our own board until you realized that you didn't want to do the work. So yeah, I'm devastated. I'm upset. I'm worried now because I've got a newly diagnosed EPM horse that gets worse with stress that we have to currently totally stress out by Tuesday. Yeah, but that's where we're at. This is the last bareback ride for the last time in my safe, happy place. And I'm devastated. And I'm worried. And I'm scared. And I know there's a lot of things that I should be grateful for. The fact that I have a farm to go to, the fact that I know the owner, and they're probably very nice folks, but it's still scary, and it's still aggravating and frustrating, and I just needed to vent. And thank you for listening.